there, and welcome back to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga program. And yeah, I'm doing another FS UAE on my old M3 iMac here. Another video, and the reason I'm doing this is because it's going to be a little bit of a follow-up. In my prior video, I was a little uncertain if FS UAE respected the JIT flag. So some of you were like, wow, my ancient 10-year-old laptop is way faster than your modern M3 iMac when I turn on JIT. Yeah, so I did do some tests, and JIT enabled is fast on this iMac. In fact, everything I showed you was with JIT enabled. So those speeds I showed you in sysinfo in that last video, that was with JIT enabled. I went ahead and turned JIT off. Everything in sysinfo was about 1/3 as slow. JIT is doing something in ARM FS UAE. It absolutely is. Is it optimized and as fast as it could be? Ooh, probably no, not at all. Okay, not at all. But it's still pretty quick. So if you're a Mac user, and you loved you had an Amiga back in the day, or maybe you were just curious about the Amiga, you can have a quality Amiga experience. The numbers you saw in sysinfo and what I'm doing here with the programs, like when I showed Lightwave, yeah, you're going to have, no Amiga was this fast back then. Even you had a 68040, and if for some reason you were able to afford a 68060, you did not experience the Amiga at the speeds I'm showing you in these little videos I make here on YouTube, okay? So trust me, you're getting a fast Amiga experience. And again, I know I don't really need to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Of course, you don't buy an M3 iMac to run Amiga emulation. I'm just saying that if you want to run Amiga emulation and you have a Mac, yeah, it's totally possible. And as you can see, it's fast and it's fun. Is it going to be faster on a cheaper Windows computer? Well, yeah. But then again, there's a lot of things that you might use on cheaper Windows computers that are faster versus your really expensive, pretty Mac. I get it. That's a whole other thing. What I wanted to talk about, though, after we've gotten through that little, soliloquy there that I've done with talking about Mac and PCs, I was on AmiNet again, all right? So check this out. I'm on AmiNet, and I went into the graphics 3D section, which, of course, I love, and I noticed this. In 2024, look at this. February 6th, somebody posted a recompiled version of World Construction Set. Wait a minute. So World Construction Set... So the Amiga had fractally generated landscape programs. I've showed you before, VistaPro, Scenery Animator. And these are 3D programs that make fun-looking, 3D landscape environments. I know we have Google Earth today in a web browser. You can just fly over the whole planet. Heck, you can even fly over Mars and the moon, right? But back in the day, way back when, we had these programs. World Construction Set kind of came out near the end of the era, kind of came out near the end of the Amiga's run. And World Construction Set was honestly a lot like modern landscape generation programs. So let me give you an example of a modern landscape generation program. Yes, they still exist. Not everything is done in Unreal Engine, okay? But there was a program, and it's still out today, called TerraGen. If you want to Google that, you can. I'll probably put, if I can remember, I'll put a link in the description below. But TerraGen is kind of a modern day, landscape generation program. World Construction Set that came out for the Amiga is it's a super powerful program. It has an amazing plethora of options, and it blows my mind. I've tried to do a video on it before, but I never understood it. I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, this dude, and judging by the text you're seeing here, he's probably German. I mean, German engineers, look, Alexander Frisch. Okay, so yeah, .de. Germans are amazing engineers. I know what it is with their brains. They're just wired for engineering, and they can figure this stuff out. If you go here onto AmiNet, he has gone in here and he has basically recompiled World Construction Set to run even faster and better and more awesome on modern Amigas. And he's letting you know here, as I'm scrolling through, 68020 or greater, or better yet, a 68060, your math coprocessors and all that fun stuff. And you do need to have an original version of World Construction Set. Now, yes, World Construction Set is available from various platforms online, but guess what? The folks that made World Construction Set, they open sourced the code. So you're not committing a crime. And in fact, he gives you a link right here. He's like, listen, you got to go and download the original version and then you can download his update and experience all the awesome. So I want to do this. I was going to just do this offline and not make a video, but then I thought, I don't know, some of you might want to watch me do this. I got to preface this with, I don't know how to use World Construction Set. It is an extremely difficult program to use. I know it's powerful. I know it's modern. I've seen the examples it can do. It does amazing, awesome stuff, but I was never able to figure it out. It was just wildly complicated. So the first thing I'm going to do, before I forget, let's just go ahead and download his package. Download the original package and install it, and then just copy his executables from the archive into the folder. And he said to look for the legacy for downloads. So there's downloads, and then he said look to legacy software right there. Boom, click that, legacy software. And right here, I'm not seeing anything. By the way, look at these tutorials. This might actually help me learn how to use the software. And you, by the way. I'm gonna think that maybe the Amiga is falling on its, at least eyebrows is falling on itself here. I'm not seeing anything obvious. Don't hate me, what I'm about to do. Yeah. So yeah, look at this. It's a Mac, everybody. Yay, it's a Mac. All right, so here we go. Let's go down to legacy software. And there it is. Yeah, World Construction Set 65432. So we need to download two. Oh, look at that. Amiga. There it is. Two. Oh my gosh. DEC Alpha? They had a DEC. No, there is no DEC. Oh yeah, there is a DEC Alpha version. And a Power Mac version. Oh my goodness. Let's grab the Amiga version. Go ahead. All right, so we've got those downloaded. So let's go to our shared folder. And in here, we should see World Construction Set. There it is. Look at all. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's all of our World Construction Set stuff, all of our ADFs. We'll go ahead and install. Boom, look at this. Expert user. Oh, I hate doing expert user because I'm not an expert. Okay, yeah, let's install all the sample things. Please insert disk 7. Okay. Double click. We want to do the 68030. Now, the patch I was talking about, that person that rewrote this addresses this, but we're going to go ahead for now and do the 68030 to 68040 version. We're not done. We're not done. What did he say to do? He said after you install it, overwrite the files with his thing. So now we can go to World Construction Set. He just said to just copy the contents of this into the install folder. So that's what I'm going to do. Now it looks what he's like. So it looks like what he's done is he's like, yeah, there's the original version WCS, but then you have all these customized versions. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is reset, because we have all these floppy disks. It's a giant mess. We're going to do World Construction Set 68060. MUI master.library revision 19 required aborting. Well, that's a lot of fun. It said it updated my MUI, but apparently it didn't update my MUI enough, I guess. Let's go ahead and fire up eyebrows. Oh no, this is what I was worried about. Oh! All right, so I've re-downloaded MUI 3.8. Now I know there's a MUI 5.0, but I'm re-downloaded 3.8 to get it installed to see if I can hopefully get, my system back to a level that's functional. Now here it is saying MUI 2.3 library version 10X is already installed in the drawer. I'm going to say update. Let's see if this helps things out, at least allows eyebrows to work. Yeah, so eyebrows is back. Let's see what happens. So high-res lace, that sounds good. Overscan, we'll just say use for now. Here we go. And again, I have no idea how to use this. I don't even know how to load a demos program. Is there a really easy way to open something and just render it? Colorado? Okay, there's Canyon Sunset Project. Let's open that up. How do we render it now? I want to see it. Let me see it. I don't know. Preferences, screen mode. Oh, here you go. Render. Yay, render. Look at this. Ooh, look at this. See what I'm talking about, though? This is like a very modern, like compared to Vista Pro and Scenery Animator, this actually looks like a real program. Field rendering. Oh, let's not talk about field rendering. That did not go well. So we've got all this fun stuff here. All these options here. Motion. This is a really, I mean, look at this. I really do want to learn this program. This actually has some pretty exciting stuff about it. Oh my gosh, 3D clouds, waves, reflections, render, insert a volume. Why do I have to do an assign? Okay, I'll do the assign. Here we go. I don't know why they didn't do the assign when they installed it, but yeah, here we go. Oh, look, Look down here. Look, we're seeing stuff. We are seeing stuff. Stuff is happening. I did a thing. I got it to work. I'm actually rendering in World Construction Set by loading a project. Oh my goodness. Will it be amazing? Will it be the best thing I've ever done? Now remember, this is a, an emulated Amiga FSUAE using JIT on a 68060 with the new updated 68060 executable. So it's going to be a lot faster than, a regular Amiga or even Amiga with a 68040 in it. And yeah, well, I said, as we've already established, the Mac JIT is not the fastest JIT capable product out there. There's other things heck, you can get a Raspberry Pi 4 would probably be faster than this. And right now, I'm not really sure why we're seeing this giant vertical gray column. What is that? Oh my gosh, what is happening right now? Did they unleash the ultimate virus? Is this the monolith from 2001 and 2010? Yeah, okay. Well, that's a thing. I mean, that stuff to the right, that weird vertical craziness we kind of saw in the preview. Is this Mars? Is that what the example was Mars? It's very detailed. All right, World Construction Set, everybody. There you go. If you don't actually know how to use it, why would you expect anything different? This is the result. Obviously, there is some really weird, glitchy funkiness happening in the renderer with those lines to the right of the screen there. We saw those in the preview. It was doing that, and I was kind of wondering, what is that? But yeah, obviously this program is extremely deep. The program itself on its webpage, the 3dnature.com, has links on how to use it. Obviously, you want to read those things and read up on it if you want to figure this out. I was just loading up a project that they included, Canyon Sunset. I mean, I guess that's why it's orange, right? Because sunsets are orange. But obviously, there's something weird going on there. We saw those vertical lines, which was kind of strange. We updated some stuff, and then we checked out this World Construction Set mod, user mod. I mean, if you want, we could, look, just to be fair, let's go ahead and close. And what we'll do is, instead of running the version that we downloaded, the quote unquote updated version, the 68060 version, we'll actually run the original World Construction Set version, okay? And just real quick here, we're going to go ahead and load up that same exact demo. And under preferences for render, we're going to say, I want this to go really, really fast. So we'll do half. What I want to do right away is just see if we see the same issue, that weird, those line, right? Those creepy lines that were running up and down the screen. Let's go ahead and click render. And what we're looking for, so already this looks different. This does not look like what we just saw with the 68060 optimized version, whatever. This does look different. But what I'm going to look for here is those crazy vertical lines we saw. And again, it's not his fault. This could be an emulator thing. This is FSUAE, which is based on WinUAE stuff. I know he mentions WinUAE in his description file on Aminet. All right, well, that finished definitely a little faster. It looks a little more promising. Get the nice new version of that rendered there. Ah, well, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that looks a lot better. We've got nice reflection. We got water. We got like reflective water going on. Look at the clouds. There's those expensive clouds. We got haze, fog. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely half res. It's a little chunky, but you can definitely see the detail in there. I mean, there's like strata coloring and horizontal strata coloring. A lot of detail in the terrain. There's that water that's reflecting everything. That's like full ray traced water reflections there. That's pretty slick. It's reflecting the terrain, the sky. Got some fog and haze in the distance. That's really nice. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a really promising program. You're really going to need to get into it to figure it out, but this has an enormous potential. In fact, this is a kind of quality of landscape that back in like 1992, 1993 for visual effects, this would be pretty great. I mean, if you were going to do a sci-fi program like Babylon 5 or Stargate, the early seasons, this really would have held up. You could have done some fun, interesting things with this, especially if you had like, a rack of 10 computers to render this on. All right, World Construction Set. I like this. Obviously, it's not as easy to just get an image up on your own and rendered. As I've shown you before numerous times with Scene Reanimator and Vista Pro, it's much faster to just load up something and click render and get a picture. This requires a lot more, but the potential, though, because of that, the reward is, if you spend the time, yeah, you're getting much more arguably modern-looking terrain. This looks closer to what we have today, and this is rather tantalizing. All right. Well, hey,